In this lesson, we'll go over configuring Helpdesk teams and stages. We'll go over stage settings, automated emails, some global Helpdesk app settings, and adding members to teams and assigning them tickets. First, we'll look at stage settings. So let's open the Helpdesk app, then open the pipeline for our support team. With manager-level access rights, we can create new stages, change the order of stages, and modify stage settings. So let's create a new stage here, waiting reply. We can then drag and drop it to change the order in which it appears in our pipeline. We can use the hidden gear icon at the top of each stage to access its settings. Since we don't actually need to change any of the settings in the stage we just created, let's take a look at the settings for the solved stage. Here we can change the name of the stage, as well as decide whether it is a closing stage. That is, whether moving a ticket to this stage closes it. In the default team support, both the solved and canceled stages are closing stages. Here we can choose whether this stage is folded by default in the Kanban view. I'll go ahead and check this box now. We can also send an automated email whenever a ticket is moved into this stage by choosing a template here. There are 3 default templates to choose from, but you can modify them or create your own from scratch. Let's add solved ticket request. We can click the Edit and Place button at the end of the line to view and modify a template. Templates can reference fields like ticket title and number using what we call dynamic placeholders. We can see on the back end of the template here. Clicking Preview shows us the front end of the email, where we see the dynamic placeholder has resolved to a ticket number. Any more detail here is outside the scope of this video, so let's move on. And save the stage's settings. As you can see, now the solved stage is folded, but any user can unfold it for themselves by clicking the double-sided arrow icon at the top of the stage. Now I'm going to quickly add an automated email to the new stage, selecting the default template New Ticket Request, which acknowledges the receipt of a ticket via email. We'll see this in action in the next lesson. Moving on, there are a few more stage settings that are hidden in debug mode, so let's enable it and take a look. You can enable debug mode from the general settings or by typing $debug equals after web in the URL bar. Enabling debug mode gives us access to a few more options in the configuration menu, including stages. This menu gives us a list view of all stages for all teams. Here, again, we can reorder stages by dragging and dropping. But more importantly, when we open one of these stages, we see 2 new options, Sequence and Team. The Team option lets us reuse the same stages across multiple teams by adding teams here. If we had more than one team in this database, we could add it now. This primarily impacts reporting and also lets you manage the stages of multiple teams from one place. While we have debug mode enabled, let's take a look at a few of the other global settings that it enables, specifically custom ticket types and tags and email templates. First, the Tags menu. Here, lets us see all tags available in the Helpdesk app. Here you can create, import, and delete tags. Tags have no properties other than name and color, so let's move on. Next, the Ticket Types menu lets us create and modify ticket types. Ticket types are similar to tags, except that a ticket can only have one type at a time. Let's create a new ticket type, Bug Report, and move it to the bottom of the list, which will cause it to appear at the bottom of the drop-down menu. Third, the Email Templates menu selection lets us view all templates associated with the Helpdesk app. Again, the email templates are beyond the scope of this video, as they're used in many apps, but just know that you can find them and edit them here. Next, let's go ahead and exit debug mode and move on to configuring Helpdesk teams. So let's go to Configuration, Helpdesk Teams. Here we see a list of all our teams. We can click here to create a new support team and click on a team to open its settings. So let's start from the top. Here we can assign members to this team. Since we only have the one user, administrator, in this database, that's the only option we see. But you will be able to select any user with user-level access rights to the Helpdesk app or higher. If no members are assigned to a team, everyone with user-level access rights to the Helpdesk app can see the team. Once we add the first user, only those users who are listed here can see the team on their dashboard. Next, the assignation method determines how new tickets are assigned to users on this team. We can choose between 3 options: manually, randomly, or balanced. With manual assignment selected, users assign each other tickets. With random assignment selected, a new ticket is randomly assigned to a team member. And with balanced selected, a new ticket is assigned to the team member with the fewest tickets. If there is a tie, the ticket is assigned randomly. If the team is public, that is, it has no defined members, the only option we can choose here is manual. And that's all for this lesson. In the next lesson, we'll go over the different ways to create tickets in your support team pipeline.